Ciao ragazzi, this is Katie Portanova, and you're listening to Florence and Me. I'm a lover of stories and all things Italian, and I'm going to bring you all that in this podcast. My intention is to inspire you to step out of your comfort zone and explore life and travel the world. Join me as I tell you my story and many others about Italy and my love, Florence. Andiamo! Ciao a tutti! Come va? It has been a while since I have come on here, so it's getting closer to my trip in July to Tuscany to visit family. So I thought I'd come on here and discuss some things that are really exciting things that are happening with Truly Italy, my travel experience, travel company, and yeah, some travel news. I just come with news. That's what I do. Little disclaimer, you might start hearing some cats crying. They are not being tortured. They just want to eat. But I wanted to get this out into my GarageBand where I do my podcast before my Italian conversation class at 7 p.m. Italy time. So some news. I'm going to catch you up. So the last time you heard me, I was talking with Chelsea, my good friend Chelsea, and we were discussing our 10-day itineraries to Tuscany for those that are beginners, first-time travelers to Tuscany, and those that maybe want a little bit more adventure. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. It was really fun. And I guess I'll just segue right into Chelsea. That sounds weird. But so Chelsea is a friend that I met through Instagram. Those of you that heard the first episode of us discussing, why she created Wonderful Retreats and her other company, Sketchy Notions, where she makes and produces greeting cards and notepads and paintings and it's beautiful stuff. She and I, we connected on Instagram, and I just literally reached out to her and asked her a question about her business. And since then, she has been an open book, and she's been very helpful in helping me shape my business and helping me shape Truly Italy. And she even created my new logo. I'm just enthralled by the kindness of her, and because I've been around a lot of people, different types of people that that I am inquiring information about their business or about how they do something. And sometimes people don't get back to you, but Chelsea was one of those people that got back to me and said, hey, I'll send you my budget sheet. I'll send you this. I'll send you that. And so I love her. I love you, Chelsea. I'm very, very grateful for you. So Chelsea had told me after I canceled my travel experience in Puglia this September, I'm very sad about it. Don't worry, it's coming back. I told her, I'm really sad. I canceled it, and I was asking her about hers because she moved her to retreats, her watercolor artistic retreats from June to September of this year. And so she said, hey, if you want, I could always use somebody else. There's only total 3 people going, but she doesn't want to cancel it. She's like, if you want to come, I'll give you a good price, and you can come and stay in this villa. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, one, those of you that know me, I do like to dabble in the watercolors. Am I good? No, but I like it. I have a couple paintings I did during the pandemic of hydrangeas and a beautiful Tuscan door, rustic door that isn't the best, but still, I'm very proud of myself for doing that. And so she offered this, and I'm like, I talked to Stefano about it, and he's like, it's not in the budget. I don't think you should do it unless, it's something you really want to do. And so I went back and forth, and then came, May of this year, Stefano's dad, a little bit of sad news, but he's okay. His cancer came back. He had prostate cancer during the pandemic, went through all the chemo, the radiation mostly, I think. And they did emergency surgery on him in May to reconstruct his intestines. It was a very hard time. Mostly, I feel for me because Stefano is a very closed book when it comes to emotions. He was emotional, but yet he was more like matter of fact. So I might have already told you guys this. But anyway, so his dad is fine. He's home. He's fine. He just started chemotherapy for the tumors they found in his liver. So we're all crossing our fingers and hoping it'll all go smoothly and everything. So Stefano, when we came back from Sedona in May, he's like, "Katie, I really want to go see my dad." I'm like, "Okay, let's go." So we booked a ticket at the beginning of June, and we're going at the end of July. So in 13 days, I counted today, this morning, we will be in Rome, and we will travel up to Castel Fiorentino and see his dad and his stepmom and just, visit with some family and friends. And we're very, very excited to do that. So because we're doing that, my whole business model changed. Those of you that have been following me since, I don't know, whenever I started talking about Italy, which has been a long time coming, I wanted to leave out the yoga part of my retreats. So before, my company was called Light Love Yoga Italy, and it was really long. It was a really cool name. My amazing best friend Joan made the logo because she's fabulous. But it just wasn't feeling right for me. So I decided to switch gears after the pandemic because my whole heart wept for the small businesses, the tour guides, the small restaurants in these tiny little borghi in Tuscany and in Italy, all over Italy, not just Tuscany, that had to close their doors or lost money and didn't get support from the government. And it's a whole barrel of crap monkeys, like just horrible. And I saw so many sad stories through the interwebs of people just losing it all. And Italy in and of itself has been a country of struggle. Even living there, I remember hearing about suicides all the time. And this was back between 2009 and 2013. And it was just because when people lost their jobs, the taxes alone, and all the stuff that has to do with living in Italy is a lot if you have a family. So it's sad. It was really sad. So the pandemic hit, and I just wept for Italy and wept for everything that Italy stands for. And it was just really hard to see the turmoil and the loss that they got right at the beginning of the pandemic. So I put my heart out there. I put it out to the universe, and I said, universe, I really want to give back to smaller companies and smaller villas and family-run businesses, and that aren't corporations, that aren't, shipping all over the world their wine. I want to find those people. And I have. And I've actually had some of them under my nose the whole time that I want to get back to. So that is my mission for these travel experiences and for this new thing that I'm doing that I started actually this week. I'm going to be offering travel planning and travel consulting calls. It's going to be something that I love to do. I love researching things to do in Italy and also connecting you with people that I know in Italy. At the moment, I'm just going to focus on Tuscany because I lived there for so long and I have a lot of ganci, a lot of grips, a lot of people that I'm connected with and that can definitely be of service to my clients that want to travel to Tuscany for the first time, or maybe it's their 10th time and they want to try something completely different. My aim is not to go luxury. My aim is to go something smaller and something more immerse yourself into the culture. Okay, so if you're looking for something like, a 5-star villa with 15 bedrooms, okay, I'm not going to be researching that for you. Yes, Millie, she's going to be fed soon. I'm going to be researching really cool experiences for you. And I'm not going to tell you how to do that right now because it's going to be all jumbled up because I'm really trying to get it all into a nice little box so it makes sense. So if you're not on my email list, head over to Truly Italy, and there should be a pop-up that comes up on my website, trulyitaly.tours, and sign up through my email list, and it's a MailChimp link. If you're following me on Facebook, I have been adding that link to every post on my Truly Italy Tours Facebook page. So go to that and add yourself on there. And I'm going to be sending out an email this week about all the details. So basically, if you're planning a trip to Italy, to Tuscany in the fall, jump on my email list because I'm going to be giving you options and also insight if you want that from me to add to your trip. At the moment, I know I'm going to get the question. At the moment, I'm not going to be planning your whole trip. I will in the future, but I'm actually, the reason why I'm going with Chelsea, another segue to Chelsea, I'm going for 2 weeks by myself. Those of you that know me, I used to travel to Italy by myself all the time. All the time. 8 hours, 12 hours alone. It was my place to be. I felt so liberated and I felt so independent. I felt amazing. Okay, so Stefano, we married. And since then, whenever I go to Italy, he's by my side. I love him so. But this is my first time not going with him because he has to work and we're trying to weigh out his vacation days, if you will. Anyway, Chelsea and I'm going to go on her retreat, her wonderful retreat at the villa in Castiglione Fiorentino. I've never been there. I'm really excited. And then the week after, about 5 days, maybe 4 or 5 days, we're going to go travel through Chianti and get to know some of the people and get to know some of the smaller vineyards and make connections. And this is my goal, to create a network of people, a network of activities, a network of vineyards, a network of drivers, a network of agriturismi. Like, I want to service those travelers that want that experience, to be able to make pasta from scratch, to learn how to really cook a bistecca just right. Like, those are the things that I'm so excited to show you and so excited to maybe experience with you. So on that next level, so let's say, you can't afford to come with me on a week-long travel experience, or you can't, you don't want just one little bit. Like, you don't want one little topic for Katie to research, accommodation or a vineyard. Maybe you want to come with me. Okay, if you want to come with me next June 2022 from the June 4th to the 11th, is that right? I think that's right. We're going to be in Cetona, and that's about an hour and a half south of Florence. We will go to Florence one day. Figured that out. But we'll be at a beautiful hamlet on top of a beautiful Tuscan hill called Camporsevoli. Those of you that have listened to most of my episodes, or all of my episodes, I was a nanny for this family back in 2007. I have since gone back for my sister's wedding in 2019, and I'm really excited to have this experience with you. It's a beautiful place. It's secluded. It's where you unplug. It's where you just be. The Wi-Fi's there, but it's not the best. It's not fast web. It's not what's the word? It's not very fast internet is what I'm saying. But we're not going to need it because we're going to be out and we're going to be speaking with people. We're going to maybe want to speak Italian, and maybe I'll do a workshop on Italian words or phrases that you need to know. I'm so excited about this. This will be my first travel experience to Italy. My first one was supposed to happen in 2020. Those of you know that. So I want you to keep your ears open for other ones coming up. Maybe that week you can't make it. I'm trying to work out another week in June with a different place in Tuscany, not Camposevoli, another place. So look out for that. That's why I beg you, get on my email list so you're the first to know. And you can give me your deposit and we can get this rolling and then pay it off and you'll be great. All you need is your airline. All you need is your flight. That's not included. That's the only thing not included apart from other things, which you can go look on my trulyitaly.tours, look under Tuscany style travel experiences, and you'll get all the deets there. So that's what I'm doing, guys. And the last thing I wanted to say I'm not going to make this too long today. The last thing I wanted to talk about is those COVID-free flights. So again, those of you that are traveling in the fall, you're like, I gotta get to Italy. Like, girl, boy, I'm with you. Like, I can't wait. I'm going to go twice this year. I didn't even think this was going to happen. And I'm investing in myself. I'm investing in my business. And I'm really, really excited of what is to come. I'm so excited. The thing I want to talk about was our COVID-free flights. I'm going to go back to that again. So I am going to be doing a live video on Truly Italy Tours Facebook page. And maybe if I can swing it on my Instagram as well. If not, I'm going to just post it on my Instagram for you. And I'm going to explain my process on what I had to do again at the end of July. It's definitely going to change all the protocols. And I just found out yesterday that it has already changed the protocols. And the airline I'm flying with is KLM, which amazing. If you have never flown them, they're amazing. They're Dutch, beautiful outfits, ladies. It's beautiful. It's a blue outfit. Anyway, they have already updated their website and said all the things that require. There's certain things that's a little tweaked a little bit there, but there's a lot of things that you need to do in order to enter Europe right now. So I guess not a lot, but I want to say like 4 things that you really have to do. So if you want to know that, if you want to get in the know what I went through, what me and Stefano are going to go through at the end of July, go to Truly Italy Tours on my Facebook, the Facebook page at Truly Italy Tours. You can follow me on Instagram, Truly_Italy, or my personal page, Caterina Fiore, Katerina Fiore, if I can spell. Otherwise, you can see it in the notes of this podcast episode as well. I always put it at the end. I'm really excited of all that's to come. I'm excited to share my passion of Italy with you. And if you're, and if you want to get to know me a little bit better, again, listen to the first episode of this podcast and listen until this episode and get to know my story, because that's where you're going to hear it the most. I'm going to keep bringing you really cool episodes with Chelsea, because I've kind of made like a union with her. I feel like our episodes are really fun, and yeah, we're going to research some places in Florence, outside of Florence, and bring you some really cool insights and places to visit in Tuscany more so, because Puglia will be coming, though. Those of you that did book with me to Puglia this year, don't worry, I'm going to work it out. I need to do another a business trip down there again and get to know some people and find some really cool villas for us to stay in. The one I had is beautiful, but I need more space. And I need more beds. The one that I had only had 2 beds, 3 beds, but I needed to sleep there, and a pull-out couch. And I don't want you sleeping on a pull-out couch. Stefano made me noted that. He's like, if they're paying that much money, give them a bed. I'm like, a bed. Yes, you're right. You're totally right. So Puglia will be coming, because I am truly and deeply in love with Puglia as well. It has so many beautiful things. It is just gorgeous. The water, the seaside, everything. So to wrap up, I'm starting to do travel planning calls either through Zoom or telephone, FaceTime, if you wanted to see my face, if you don't know me. Where there's a complimentary call, a 15-minute complimentary call. And then from there, there's a whole process, which if you follow me if you follow me on my channels, get on my email list because I'm going to send it out this week of the process. I'm going to really solidify it, make it sound nice and pretty. But my words right now are not coming to me. And I do have my Italian lesson in about a half an hour. That was the last thing. So again, those of you that know me, I always say this, but I shouldn't keep saying that because I hope most of you that know me that this is what I do. This is who I am. I'm really goofy. I signed myself up for an Italian conversation course via Rome. I found it on Facebook. It is by far probably the best money I have spent this year. It's 20 hours. I'm going to do it up until we leave in a couple weeks. It's 2 days a week for 2 hours, and we do it through Zoom. And it's like, guys, those of you that lived with me in Florence, like my language and my language skills have kind of gone downhill a little bit just because I live outside of Chicago at the moment. But this class has really helped me become more confident and helped me also learn some new words and learn some new phrases. And the thing I love about Gabriele, my teacher, side note, my last teacher of Italian language in Florence was also named Gabriele. Not the same guy, I asked, but I was very surprised. I'm like, oh my God, Gabriele was my teacher in Florence at Giorgio Lapira. Beautiful school. Go there if you're in Florence. I love that school. Anyway. So Gabriele says to me, maybe the first or second lesson, he had to explain to the other girls, because most of the other girls have studied in Rome or Milan. And I was the only one from Tuscany or from Florence. So I have picked up the Tuscan dialect. And I already knew this, but I also don't really realize it sometimes when I'm speaking. So he says to the girls, like, oh, so you guys heard how Kate said casa for house. She said haza. That's the Tuscan dialect because they use the C as an H. And I'm like, oh my God. And then there were a couple other words that I probably shouldn't have said. They were a little vulgar, he said. And I'm like, oh. And again, I have an Italian husband. Something's going to be vulgar, I'm sure. It's not going to be proper. But I am learning a lot of really awesome things. And it's helping with my brain to understand and to bring back the Italian. My father-in-law has said to me once out loud in front of people, how bad my Italian has gotten since moving back. But he's, as my husband would say, he's a fava, like a dork, an idiot or something. And, but I've taken that to heart. Like, I hate that my language doesn't come as fast as it used to, or as quick as it used to. And my vocabulary has died down. And so this is my treat to myself, my Italian conversation class. So just wanted to tell you guys that. If you're interested in if you want to start Italian language classes via Zoom and you're in the States, email me and I'll tell you which school it is, because it's a great school. Like the teacher I have at least is amazing. I feel like they're really, really good at teaching from abroad and also via Zoom. And the pricing is pretty reasonable. So, but yeah, anyway, if you're obsessed like me, anyway, let me know if you want to know what school that is. Allora ci si vede, ci si sente, and I'll bring you a new episode before I leave for Italia. Anche Forza Azzurri. I'm so happy they won. The champions, the European champions. It's so exciting. That's so fun. Anyway, ciao ciao for now. A presto. I am beyond grateful for you listening to my podcast right now. I am so excited to share my journey of living abroad and all of my stories of Florence and Italy and all the places in between that I've visited. If this has reached you in any way and you would like to continue, please subscribe now. Also, go check out my website, trulyitaly.tours, for all my travel experiences. Ci si vede. Ciao.